What is there to talk about? You fighting the best fighter in the world. You better be taking it serious. That goes to show, how serious he's taking me and how much he respects me.
The weight difference, with me witnessing like smaller guys really just like do damage to bigger guys, it's like, you know what, that kind of really don't matter in a sense.
And the pound for pound, who I consider the best fighter in the world between him and Inoue, he's just a remarkable fighter, man.
Terence Crawford warns Canelo Alvarez, "You've never faced a fighter like me." Is Canelo ready, or is this the moment his legacy ends? Terence Crawford reacted to the training footage of Canelo Alvarez and Jaron Ennis. He said Canelo must work harder because he is about to face the best fighter in the world. Crawford explained that his skills, power, and ability to adjust in the ring make him a unique challenge unlike anyone Canelo has fought before. The video shows Canelo training with speed and intensity, and Crawford takes that as proof that Canelo knows this fight will be serious. For Crawford, it only confirms how dangerous he is since even Canelo recognizes the huge test waiting for him.
What is there to talk about? You fighting the best fighter in the world. You better be taking it serious. That goes to show, how serious he's taking me and how much he respects me. Mm-hmm. Because, if I haven't fought anyone, if I was too small, if I was, all these things that all the media say I was, then he wouldn't need these guys to help prepare him to fight me. He wouldn't, need all the help that, he's getting. But I'm happy that he's getting the help that he needs because, after, September 13th, there'll be no excuses.
In new training clips, Canelo Alvarez is focusing more on speed drills instead of only relying on power punches. This shift is clearly because of Terence Crawford, who is famous for his quickness and ability to adapt during a fight. Analysts noticed that Canelo looks leaner than usual, maybe even smaller, which raised debate. Some believe he is cutting weight to match Crawford's pace, while others point out that in certain angles Canelo even looks smaller than Crawford, despite usually being the bigger man. This has made fans wonder, will Canelo's focus on speed reduce his natural power, or will it give him the balance he needs to handle Crawford's rhythm?
In a recent footage shared online, Canelo Alvarez definitely looks less bulkier and even somewhat smaller in comparison to Terence Crawford. Several people on multiple boxing community forums have noted that unlike Terence Crawford, who seems more focused with enhancing power in order to shake Canelo's already proven tested chin, Canelo's 40 is more on refining his speed in order to swiftly deliver his powerful punches, with both men pretty much basically having the exact opposite approach. Now, it'll be interesting to see the return of Slick Nello, a version of Canelo Alvarez who we haven't seen in a while. As for Terence Crawford, the question is, will he be able to speed, agility, and stamina from 147 to 168, or will he end up like Trunks during the Cell Games?
At the press conference, Canelo Alvarez spoke with full confidence about fighting Terence Crawford. He dismissed the idea that Crawford is a special challenge, saying every opponent before him thought they were different, but all failed. Canelo called this fight one of the biggest events in boxing history and promised that his victory would be remembered forever. His body language showed belief and calmness, proving that he sees himself as a fighter who shines under pressure and loves the biggest moments.
He's not gonna beat me. Don't worry about it. He's not gonna beat me. Don't worry about it. I think this fight is gonna be in the books of the history of boxing for sure. That's for sure.
For sure, them belts coming with me. They coming home with me. I'm telling you right now.
You can see it, but it's gonna be difficult. You take it to your
I'm taking them. And ain't nothing you gonna be able to do about it come fight
and
night.
I know Turkey is in your corner, but look, it's gonna be very difficult. He's gonna be so mad that day. Believe me.
I see you. I see you. You see I'm different.
I see you too.
You see I'm different than all the other ones.
No, I see you. No, you don't look different. You're nothing different.
I'm different.
Nothing different.
I'm different.
We'll see.
You gonna see.
We'll
know
see.
it.
We'll see.
We gonna see.
Many experts point out that Terence Crawford has already beaten naturally bigger fighters. Throughout his career, he has moved up weight classes and faced taller, stronger opponents, yet still found ways to win. These victories show that his skill level often cancels out size disadvantages. That's why many fans and analysts don't believe Canelo's size alone will decide the fight. Crawford is not only fast and powerful, but also smart, adaptable, and able to switch strategies during the fight. His boxing IQ allows him to read opponents and adjust quickly, a rare talent that has carried him through many tough battles. This is why many believe Crawford's versatility can neutralize Canelo's size and power. History has shown that in boxing, brains often beat brawn.
A person like, Boots, that's a lower weight. And like a lot of times weight don't really matter, because I've seen him smash guys that are just like way bigger than him. So I'm looking at it in a sense of, I think Crawford can handle the weight difference, and he could bring, the elusiveness of a lower. I mean, Canelo lower too, but Canelo fight more like a bully in a sense. He's lower too. He's good too, but he just fight more with like more strength, overpowering. He has great technique. He's great, but I'm just looking at the athleticism and the will that Crawford always had and always brought, and I'm just thinking of that just transforming into like this weight difference. The weight difference is the only thing that we could pretty much, argue about. But I think with the weight difference, with me witnessing like smaller guys really just like do damage to bigger guys, it's like, that kind of really don't matter in a sense. It's as long as you're good on your game, good on your feet, and you can duck and block some punches.
What's the outcome?
I think the outcome, and nobody's gonna get stopped. Nobody's gonna get stopped.
Because I'm hearing that this person gonna get stopped. That person gonna get stopped.
No, nobody's gonna get stopped. I think it's gonna be a good fight, good show. I think we'll see more. I think we'll be entertained more than disappointed for sure. When it comes to like skill for skill, going back and forth with certain things. I don't think we would necessarily see too much of a strong fight, because Canelo could pretty much he could hold his ground and not necessarily get out of conduct. Both of them can. They both are professional. Two of the greatest of this era.
Respected trainer Manny Robles gave his thoughts, saying that Canelo doesn't look as physically intimidating as he usually does. Robles explained that Crawford is the best fighter in the world right now, with a complete set of skills that make him extremely dangerous. He highlighted Crawford's counterpunching, timing, and balance as tools that separate him from others. According to Robles, Crawford is not just talented, he's the total package who can adapt to any opponent. By calling him dangerous, Robles made it clear that Canelo will need more than size or confidence to beat a fighter this sharp.
It's very highly anticipated, that Canelo versus Crawford fight.
Oh man, that's a great fight, but you're only as good as your last fight. And so we all know that Canelo didn't look too hot in his last fight, and obviously the opponent didn't help very much. He's a big guy, super middleweight, strong, solid. He's fought everybody there is to fight, with the exception of Benavidez, of course. But then you have Crawford, man, pound for pound, who I consider the best fighter in the world between him and Inoue. He's just a remarkable fighter, man. He's got the total package. He can switch from conventional to southpaw. Nobody does it better. Great counter puncher, great boxer, great ring generalship. He can fight if he chooses to. So it'd be dangerous to sit there and fight someone like Canelo, but it's just, I don't know, man. That's a toss-up. That's a 50-50 fight.
Do you see that 50-50?
Yeah.
Former champion Shane Mosley, however, gave a different view. He admitted Crawford is talented but said the size difference is still very real. Mosley explained that when the gap in natural weight and strength is big, it can become the deciding factor. He suggested that Canelo could use his size to pressure and wear down Crawford in close exchanges. This represents the traditional view in boxing, that the bigger, stronger fighter usually wins if skills are similar. Mosley's comments show why many experts remain divided, making the fight even more unpredictable.
Canelo versus Crawford coming up very soon. Who do you got for that one? How do you see it going?
It's going to be a great fight in the beginning, because Crawford is a great fighter as well. I think that the size difference is going to be too much for Crawford. I think that once they start mingling and battling, I think that Canelo might be able to get Crawford. But anything can happen. I mean, Crawford can catch him on chin too. I mean, it's not like it's a for sure thing. It just seems that Canelo has speed and his power at that weight, you know, so it's gonna be hard for Crawford to do anything, I think.
Analysts warn not to think of Canelo Alvarez as just a typical Mexican brawler. Over the years, he has developed some of the best defensive skills in boxing, using head movement, timing, and counterpunching to frustrate dangerous opponents. At the same time, Terence Crawford is equally respected for his defense, using distance and angles to avoid damage. That's why this fight is so intriguing. Both men are not only offensive threats, but also masters of defense. Experts believe this could turn into a chess match, where the first fighter to break through the other's guard might gain the winning edge.
Who has the better defense between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford? People are giving Crawford the edge in skill across the board. But does Canelo, who some say doesn't just have the typical Mexican style, does Canelo have a few sprinkles and a few twists of being the quote-unquote slick black fighter, especially on defense? If they get in the pocket, if they sit in the pocket like some lint in this fight, will Bud's defense, which is generally slight movements and picking off punches, be able to absorb it and keep himself out of danger? Or will Canelo's high caliber waist and head movement, just a couple degrees of movement being able to avoid punches, will that be able to keep him out of danger and set him up for vicious counters? Both men are genius Mensa level counter punchers. But whose defense between the two of them do you think is better? Tell me in the comments.
One analyst caused debate by saying that if Canelo beats Crawford, excuses will be made right away. He predicted people will say Crawford was too small and fighting outside his natural weight. He even suggested Crawford himself might use this excuse if he loses. Still, the analyst admitted that Crawford is taking this fight for financial reasons. It's one of the biggest paydays of his career. From this point of view, Crawford can't really lose. If he wins, his legacy grows. If he loses, he can point to size differences. But for Canelo, the pressure is heavier. He must win to protect his status at the top of boxing.
All right. What's up, everybody? So look, man, let's get right into it. The big question, right, is Terence Crawford going to come up with the excuse after the Canelo fight, right? The pre-built excuse that I think everybody's going to give him a pass on. Like, you know what? He was daring to be great. It wasn't his weight class, you know, blah, 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 etc. You know what I'm saying? I do believe that this is going to happen, bro. And I'm calling this shit out right now. Because it's no secret, right? You guys know, and it's pretty obvious, bro. It's not like rocket science to call this shit out. Canelo is probably going to end up knocking out Terence Crawford. You know, I know there's a lot of fans, a lot of people that have faith in Terence Crawford. I understand that he's a great fighter, and I could see people be like, yeah, Terence Crawford is special, this and that. But realistically, bro, moving up 2 weight classes to fight another special fighter, I mean, come on, man. Is Terence Crawford really, really that great? Like, has he really beat the opponents like that to prove that he's that great? In my opinion, it's no. You know, so, but I say all of that shit, bro, to say this, man, because I want you guys to think about this, and I want you guys to remember this shit right now. Because as for me, I'm not gonna give Terence Crawford no excuses, bro. I'm gonna hold him accountable for his actions. He wanted to jump up 2 weight classes. He wanted to jump up to 168, cut the line, and take on Canelo and fight him for all his belts to try to become 3 times undisputed. You guys know how I feel about this shit, bro. In my opinion, no, he's not daring to be great, bro. He's doing this shit for the money. It's obvious as fuck. He's on interviews saying that, you know, before Turkey Ali came with this bag, he's on interviews saying that he will never fight Canelo, that 168 is way too big for him and this and that. So it's not hard to see that he did this shit for the money, right? But what I want you guys to remember, man, after the fight, because like I said, bro, I guarantee you we're going to hear this shit from Terence Crawford first. You know, I was daring to be great. I moved up to a weight class that wasn't mine and this and that. And okay, we all know that shit, right? We all know this shit, bro. Like, you don't got to remind everybody. We don't want to actually even hear this from you.